And then our next storyteller is Michelle Gunther. Michelle Gunther is our next storyteller.
My name is Michelle Gunther, and I have Playful Wisdom. I'm a learning coach. How I came to be a learning coach was quite unexpected to me. In my past life, I have a degree in mechanical engineering, and I was a reliability engineer and a system engineer, I know. But what I would do was go into businesses and figure out how they could get what they wanted out of their processes. So everybody says we wanted to do these things, but maybe it's way out here. And so we'd study it and say what naturally wanted to happen. Well, the other thing about me is I have beginner's mind at everything. The best book for parenting is The Weekend Dog Owner, because it sounds weird, but I got a dog for the first time. My husband wanted one, and I didn't know anything about it. So we got this book called The Weekend Dog Owner, and it starts telling you from the dog's perspective what life is like. And I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't know that, you know? So as a parent, I went into it like, not the weekend parenter, but I went into it as, I need to know what is from the kid's perspective. And that's what I was doing in engineering, right? I wanted to know what it was from the processes perspective. So, another unexpected event, it was our second child. I had just thought that it would be nice, that we were just talking, boy, wouldn't it be nice in about a year to have another child, to find out a week later that I was pregnant. And I was sure that it was going to be a beautiful baby girl, so sure that when the birth of my son happened, the doctor lifted him up and said, "You have a boy?" And I went, "Are you sure?" And he went like this, and my son just went over and peed all over me. And I was like, okay, I get it, he's a boy. So as we started raising my son, we realized that something just wasn't connecting with him. He would get really upset at times that didn't make sense. And I went into my engineering mode of, okay, so we're going to look at what are the inputs, you know, what's going on, what are the outputs. And as he got older and older, he realized that it really wasn't going to work for him to be in school, so unexpectedly we decided to homeschool. And as he got older, he was struggling with reading. And I had an older daughter, and reading kind of picked up for her, and he just kept struggling and struggling. So we thought, okay, you know, we went to a specialist, and they said, well, it might be dyslexia, and there really isn't anything we can do. And I thought, well, let's see. So I read all about dyslexia and figured out, no, these things don't fit. Let's try something else. So we went to someone else, and they said, no, actually, what he's having right now is just, you know, it's a little bit of a learning disability. This is the best that we can do. And I thought, no, I really see something different. So we kept looking. And it just happened that I was in the chiropractor's office, and I met this lovely young woman sitting across from me who told me about these neuropsychologists and what they were doing. So I took my son to the neuropsychologist. All this time I'm gathering all this information about learning and how the brain works. And they find out that he is a genius in strategy. And there is no strategy to the English language. There's I before E except after C, and they're showing me all these rules that 10% of the time work and so on. So I'll tell you what, he got the award in school for Spanish, because Spanish, every single letter has a meaning and it holds on to it, where in the English language it's, you know, whatever's next to it or something. So we used to keep going back and forth, and all they need to do is he needs to learn how to change his strategy. Now this is a kid. Now you know these online games that they can play. Well, he had one where you made these different animals. Like he would make an elephant. He loved making the elephant and the skunk together because it would be a stinky farty elephant. He was 12, you know. So they'd make these troops that would attack each other. And at 12, he played my husband's coworker and beat him in 2 minutes in the game that he had just learned to play the week before. And usually the games take about an hour. So he was really good at strategy. Long story shorter, because I only have like another couple minutes. Okay, we would drive back and forth to Ann Arbor. I live in Jackson, and he'd start reading the signs. He'd go snoke, noch, no, church, church. And I'm like, whoa! This was like on the 6th time that we were going back and forth. Well, we went there for 6 months. Within, we went there for 3 months, excuse me. Within 6 months he was reading. 8 months after he started learning to read, he wanted to go see the movie Narnia. We always say the books are better than the movie, so read the books. I gave him the set, you know, they have that set of books. They were going to go to it on Monday, gave it to him on Friday. He walked out, he goes, I read them all, I'm ready to go. My son now reads 13 novels about that thick a summer, and I never would have guessed it. So for me, understanding what's there is so much more important than what we want to be there, and then never giving up and continuing to know that there is a way that we can connect.
Michelle Gunther. All right, so I'm actually, just to get crazy after Michelle's story, I'm going to start the judging over here with the judges that judge not. 8.5 from the judges who don't judge. And in the back at Sarnia, Michigan, 7.5. 7.5 from Sarnia, Michigan. And Sarnia, Canada, Team Sarnia, Canada. 8.5 from Team Sarnia, Canada.